You spent 3 months trying to make them like you. Perfect texts, strategic likes, that carefully timed haha at their joke. Nothing worked. Then one day you just stopped caring. You moved on. Life got busy. And that's when your phone buzzed. It was them. Your brain has a very specific reason for that, and it isn't luck. You know the phase, the overthinking phase. Every text becomes a tactical operation. You're monitoring their online status like a stock ticker. You're decoding their Instagram stories like there's a message buried in them. And the harder you try, the further away they feel. So you try harder. You send the longer message. You make the grander gesture. You tell yourself, this time it'll land. It doesn't. Then something shifts. Maybe you get tired. Maybe you meet someone else. Maybe you just wake up one morning and decide you don't want to play the game anymore. And the second you stop, genuinely stop, they appear. A text, a DM, a mutual friend mentions they were asking about you. This is one of the most replicable patterns in relationship psychology, and every piece of it, the timing, the pull, the reversal, is running on mechanisms your conscious mind can't see. Start with the clearest piece, reactance theory. In 1966, psychologist Jack Brem proposed something simple but powerful. When humans perceive a freedom being threatened, even the freedom to pursue someone, they feel an immediate, motivated push to restore it. Translation? When someone chases you, you don't have to choose them. When they walk away, you notice the door closing, and you want to open it. Layer scarcity on top. In 1968, Timothy Brock formalized commodity theory. Anything useful becomes more valuable the less available it is. Robert Cialdini at Arizona State extended this into human relationships. Whatever is rare gets coded as high value, automatically. Gerrit Birnbaum at IDC Herzliya and Harry Rice at the University of Rochester ran studies on exactly this. Participants consistently rated selective profiles as more desirable than highly available ones. Birnbaum's conclusion was blunt. People who are too easy to attract may be perceived as more desperate. But desirability doesn't scale infinitely with unavailability. Peter Jonassen and Norman Lee mapped the full curve. Fully unavailable, you just become annoying. Fully available, you get ignored. Attraction peaks on an inverted U, warm enough to feel real, selective enough to feel earned. Now, here's where it stops being psychological, because your body broadcasts every bit of this on channels you can't control. Tanya Vacharkul-Semsik's 2016 field study across real speed dating events and a GPS-based dating app measured postural expansiveness, meaning how much physical space you occupy. The finding: every unit increase in expansive posture nearly doubled someone's odds of getting a yes. Your voice does the same. Research from the Neuropragmatics and Emotion Lab at McGill, Zhang and Pell, 2014, found confident speech has lower pitch, flatter intonation, and faster tempo. When you're anxious, your larynx tightens involuntarily, your pitch raises, and listeners decode at rise as submission in milliseconds. And the strangest one? People can literally smell the effort. Using the Trier social stress test, researchers had evaluators smell apocrine sweat produced under social stress versus sweat from exercise. The evaluators couldn't consciously tell the scents apart, but those exposed to the stress sweat rated the source as less confident, less competent, less trustworthy. The person you're trying to impress is processing all of it, whether they know it or not. But here's where it gets really interesting. In 1966, social psychologist Elliot Aronson ran an experiment that broke the idea that perfect equals attractive. Participants listened to audio of people answering trivia questions. Some performed brilliantly. Some were average. Near the end of certain tapes, the speaker audibly spilled coffee on themselves and muttered, "Oh no, I've spilled coffee all over my new suit." The counterintuitive finding? When the highly competent person made the mistake, their likability went up. The blunder humanized them. It made the intimidating approachable. But there's a catch, confirmed by follow-up research from Meddy and Wilkins. When an average person made the exact same mistake, their likability went down. This is why trying too hard backfires, on two levels. First, the effort itself reads as insecurity. Second, it produces the over-rehearsed version of you, the curated one. Mark Snyder's research on self-monitoring found that people who constantly manage their image report higher loneliness, shallower relationships, and more partner turnover. The effort it takes to perform the perfect version of yourself is the same effort that makes you forgettable. So when you finally stop trying with that person, when the text stopped being strategic and the weight lifted off your shoulders, what actually happened? You stopped leaking, your posture opened, your voice dropped, the chemical signals of anxiety stopped broadcasting, your scarcity reset. And for the first time in months, the version of you they encountered wasn't a performance, it was just you. The people who seem most magnetic aren't running a strategy, they've just stopped performing. And that, across psychology, neuroscience, and evolutionary biology, is the single most attractive thing a human can do.